And welcome back once again, ladies and gentlemen. I am Darnock with TGN, bringing you Game 2 of this Best of 3 series. The map is going to be Antigua Shipyard, spawning in the east. We do have Naniwa. He is on the team Complexity. He is the green Plotos Prayer. Yes, Plotos Prayer. Protoss player is what he is. He is green, and he is the victor of that previous game. His opponent going to spawn in the upper left. He is MTW Dimaga, the Ukrainian beast from the east. Actually, I think that title technically belongs to White Raw, but you know what? Close enough. They're both Ukrainian. And he is the red Zerg, and he is the loser of that previous game. Now, like I said, the map is Antigua Shipyards. This is an interesting pylon. It looks like Naniwa's planning on going for a Forge Fast expand, but normally we'll see that over here at the ramp, as it's pretty easy just to wall this off and defend it. Naniwa looks like he's playing a little bit more conservatively, though. Wants to build a wall off in this type of area over here. I'm actually not quite sure what Naniwa's thought process is. We're going to have to keep an eye out for that. But anyway, as I was saying... okay. There's the forge. Okay, interesting. But as I was trying to say, the map is Antigua Shipyards. This is actually a Zerg favored map. I think Zergs win 65% of the games against Protoss here. It's not a huge margin, but it is reasonable. It's not like a 1% or anything like that. So it is going to be a little bit of an uphill battle here for Naniwa. However, Dimaga's gonna have to switch up his play a little bit, I think, because really for Zerg to be successful on this map, you have to do one of two things. You either have to play a very aggressive counterattack oriented style with infestors or lings or mutalisks or something of that nature, or you have to really play super high econ, just poke a lot, and take literally the entire map. Like, Dimaga's going to want to take this entire left side and this entire bottom side here. Because the thing for Protoss is, if they just build not even a big army, but a reasonably sized army, and just sort of park it in this area right here, then they have their main, they have their natural, and they have this third, and they aren't too far away from any of them. So it's really easy for Protosses to get up to 3 bases on this map, and then just build up a huge death ball and kill the Zerg player. So that's something Dimaga's going to have to watch out for. So again, he's either going to have to play high mobility or very high econ. Playing standard ZVP, where you just sort of try to stay a base above and then start laying on the aggression with a bunch of roaches or corruptors or whatnot, really isn't going to work. And to be honest, that sort of seems to be Dimaga's MO. In all honesty, that tends to be exactly what he does. He's a big fan of just high aggression, which isn't going to be enough to win this game. So I really hope we are going to see Dimaga play to the map and switch up his style a little bit, and he certainly is capable of that. He is a very strong Zerg player, once again, one of the very best foreigners. So I'm very excited to see how this does work out. Now, he is going to try and take down the scouting probe. Will it happen? So exciting. There is a high-speed chase in the middle of the Antigua Shipyards. Very interesting indeed. Once again, Dimaga going to be going for that quick third base in response to the Forge Fast expand he sees coming out here from Naniwa. I think the reason that Naniwa is walling off over here rather than over at the front is because if you wall off at the front, it is easier to defend in the mid game, but in the very early game, it takes more buildings to actually get a pretty tight wall off. So if Dimaga were to react to this build by going for a lot of pressure, or even if you went for a pool first and you just flood some Zerglings up here before that wall is actually complete, that could have caused some problems for Naniwa. But as you see over here, Naniwa has a reasonably strong wall off with just that forge, the gateway, and the nexus. Yeah, there are holes over here, but with 2 photon cannons, he really doesn't have all that much to worry about. So that is Naniwa's thinking for that building placement. I have figured it out. I am Detective Darnock, and this is what I do. Cybernetics Corps coming up back in the main base. And the Dimaga just droning up. Now, he does actually already have 2 extractors, and he's mining from both of them. So he's actually going to have a whole lot of gas very quickly here. Should throw up a relatively quick layer, and I'm going to be pretty excited to see what does he decide to do with this. Actually, oh, never mind. He hasn't even researched metabolic boost yet, so the first 100 gas should be going towards that. But he's getting quite a lot of gas up right now, so I'm really not exactly sure what he plans to do with all of this gas. He's going to have quite a bit here very quickly. He's going to have to try and find some way to spend that. Over 200 right now, so I'm not sure if he's messing up his build a little bit or exactly what he's doing, but it's going to be interesting. We do see 100 of it go to that metabolic boost. He does have 150 left, so we should see a layer following that up relatively quickly. Would be my my professional opinion, my guess, my hypothesis, you can see my brain is slowly beginning to waken as I can actually think of synonyms for different words instead of just saying very, 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 very X, which was super annoying that last game. I apologize for that. I was actually even getting in on my nerves. Naniwa does have a single scouting zealot over here, checking things out, seeing if he can focus down a drone. He might be able to get one. Yep, but he does trade himself for a drone, which is fine. He got some good scouting information off. I think he was able to see both of the bases. Yes, he certainly was. So for the amount of scouting he did and finding that drone, that's worth it. That's a good trade right there. There is a Roach Warren coming out here for Dimaga, so I think he might be planning on putting on a lot of Roach aggression, because he's certainly going to have the gas for it. He does have quite a few drones. Yeah, drones. Okay, he does have quite a few drones out on the field, 44 drones spread across those third bases, so there's not going to be any oversaturation or anything like that. He's saving up quite a lot of money as well. The Roach Warren has spawned, and yeah, we do see 9 roaches are on the way, so it looks as if he's going to try and punish this slightly less defensible wall for the mid-game with some Roachling aggression, which is a pretty smart decision, especially because he is one base up on Naniwa. As long as he can keep Naniwa from taking this third base, he's going to be in a pretty good position right now. Now, Naniwa has a bunch of sentries out here on the field. He was forced to throw down one force field, which is going to help out Dimaga, and Naniwa moving out across the map. This could result in death and destruction and all sorts of grossness for Naniwa right here as he's in the middle of the map, and there are a bunch of roaches and a bunch of lings, 16 more lings on the way as well, and if he's surrounded here on the center of the map, that could be terrible for Naniwa. It looks like his star sense is starting to kick in. He was starting to head up that ramp once again, but he's going to be moving out across the map, and Naniwa, you could have too high of an opinion of yourself. No amount of micro and APM is going to be able to save you from a huge ling surround and those roaches that we see. He does have a lot of zealots. He's going to be able to tear through those Zerglings pretty quickly, but there we go. The Zerglings streaming in. The roaches getting forward, but great force field is going to delay those roaches quite a bit. Will it be enough, though, as we see almost all of the sentries for Naniwa are dead, and those lings just trying to chase them as far as they physically can. The roaches going to follow them up as well, and the roaches should be able to stay out of range of this photon cannon. And pick away at the Forge or the Warp Gate or even the Nexus or this Assimilator. They aren't going to be doing that, though, so it looks as if Dimaga content not to do a whole lot of damage here. He just wants to try and keep Naniwa contained, which is, again, what I was talking about earlier. 3 base to 2 base, pretty good position on this map, but then when you get those 3 bases up for the Protoss, things get pretty scary, so Dimaga going to try and keep Naniwa contained right here. Doesn't have a whole lot of units here, though. Most of his units were lings. A lot of them did die, and now there's even an Immortal coming out here, so I don't know if Dimaga was able to scout that out. I don't think he could have. He did see the robotics facility, so he did correctly guess that there was going to be an Immortal popping out, and that is going to cause him to head back home, as that Immortal could easily crack that Roach defensive line right there. And that is going to allow Naniwa to expand pretty quickly. You see there is a Zealot coming in here, scouting out, seeing if there are any Zerglings trying to delay that. And on top of that, we see Naniwa climbing the tech trees as well. He's adding on a couple of gateways. He does have that robotics bay, building Colossuses, yes, right now. And the ball is going to be squarely in Dimaga's court. It's going to be up to him to decide what is he going to do to try and deal with this third base. That should be going down here pretty quickly for Naniwa. He actually hasn't thrown it down quite yet, but he has over 1,000 minerals, so he really should get on that. Okay, there we go. That Nexus is going to be going down now. I was going to be questioning Naniwa's macro forward a little bit there. It looks like Dimaga is afraid of a Stargate follow-up, which obviously we know isn't coming, and he does have an Overseer going into Scout, so as soon as that gets the intel, he should be feeling a little bit more safe against that. But this could be a problem for Dimaga. He has a whole bunch of Hydralisks on the field. He actually has so many, and as we all know, Colossi absolutely roast those Hydras very, very easily. Now, the one thing Dimaga has going for him is he has a pretty large army supply compared to Naniwa's. Yeah, we see it up there, 76 to 56, so a 20 supply lead. However, Naniwa can, of course, overcome that with the superior tech he has and well-placed force fields, and he has a lot of them. He only has 5 sentries, but they are very, very high on energy for the most part. And here comes the engagement from Dimaga. He's starting to push forward, doesn't want to attack quite yet, and if he tries, if Naniwa retreats and he tries attacking up this ramp, it's going to go very, very badly. Dimaga, I actually don't believe you're doing this. Okay, he is going to fall back for the time being. It looks as if he's going to try and get the cancel off on this third. which he should be able to force. Actually, most of his units are just going to run away just as a small attack team up here, just killing whatever they can get. But these Colossi are dealing so much damage. Dimaga getting a little bit over-aggressive here. Are these two queens supposed to be with this army, or was that a misclick? I actually don't know. We're going to take a look at his queen saturation later. And Dimaga, I don't understand what you're doing, man. He has some more Zerglings going up into the natural. They are going to make it past that choke point. Might be able to surround and kill some world, but nope, they're just going to run to the Colossi and die to that. So Dimaga throwing away a lot of supply units for not a whole lot of gain. And things are looking really good for Naniwa right now. Dimaga not in a great position. If we take a look at the harvester count, we see Naniwa only down 3 harvesters, equal on bases, so great position for him right now. He has 3 Colossi out on the field, fourth one on the way, and after that 4th one lands, and we see a few more warpins from these 6 gateways are on the field right now, I do believe. My voice is going to get higher and higher as I look. 8 gateways. We do see 8 gateways. And after a few more warpins from those, we might see a timing attack here from Naniwa. He does have 1-1. Doesn't have any more upgrades on the way. But that is a reasonable time to attack. Dimaga at the same time only on 1-0, has +2 attack on the way, but that's not going to be finished anytime soon. And now that Naniwa is starting to take map control, things are going to be looking a little bit dicey for Dimaga. Again, Dimaga has so many Hydras, which while great against pure gateway and like immortal compositions, absolutely evaporate to these 4 range increased Colossi right here. Now, he does have 12 Corruptors on the way, which is going to be obviously a very good way to deal with these Colossi, but they are only halfway done, and it's very possible that he's going to lose this entire 3rd base before they really do pop out. They are halfway done now, but Naniwa charging forward, going to be able to focus fire this hatchery down very quickly. There we go. It's like 3 or 4 shotted or something ridiculous like that. And all of these units that hatch are actually going to die immediately. Now we see Dimaga trying to get off a flank, but attacking up this ramp really isn't the right move, and that's why you see the force fields go down. The Corruptors on the high ground get focused down immediately. The Colossi have been shooting away at all the units down here, and I think this actually might result in a GG for Dimaga here pretty quickly. He did get a couple of good shots off with those remaining Corruptors, was able to kill 2 of those Colossi, which is a big deal. He's not focus firing quite as good as he could be, though. 1 Colossi is left, however. Almost the entire ground army of Dimaga has fallen. These Corruptors are going to be completely useless as soon as those Colossi do fall, and with this extra Immortal mixed into this unit composition as well. Naniwa looking great. 153 supply to 109 of Dimaga. Is he going to try and push this advantage, or is he going to head home? He is going to head home, so he actually might have been able to kill Dimaga, but he is going to play things safe, which is completely reasonable, 100%. He's going to fall back, build a few more units, go for some more tech. Looks like he might be taking the gold over here, or he just wants to have a quicker reinforcement path. But I was talking about him getting more tech. You see he's about to finish his +2 Protoss ground weapons upgrade. He's about to finish Blink for these Stalkers as well, which is going to be a big deal. He has some more Immortals coming out, and oh my god, look at this reinforcement, these reinforcements from Naniwa. Absolutely huge group of units right there, and he's even building more Immortals. He has a Templar Archives. He's researching Storm. Things looking so bad for Dimaga. He's only on 2 bases. He's trying to take a hidden 3rd down here. That's not going to kick in forever, though. And with this next timing attack from Naniwa, I think we might see a GG out of Dimaga. I'm not sure how he's going to be able to hold this off. He does have a lot of Hydras, which are going to be very strong against what Naniwa has now, but Naniwa just has so much of it, I really don't think it's going to help that much. And again, Dimaga, he is down army supply 116 to 88, and keep in mind, a lot of that is in these useless Corruptors that really have nothing to shoot at. And Naniwa, he already has some of these High Templars out on the field. Storm is going to be ready very shortly, and he is going to be taking this 3rd base, which is actually pretty smart. Really nothing Dimaga can do to stop this. Dimaga has to attack. He has to stop this from going up. That's not going to happen. Storm is going down all the Hydras. Oh my god, those Hydras absolutely melting to the Psionic Storms of Naniwa. Big blink forward with the Stalkers is going to force out the GG from Dimaga and the good luck. So Dimaga completely out of the BlizzCon tournament right now, and he actually had a pretty disappointing run, but you know what, it is somewhat understandable. BlizzCon had a bunch of really good players, so obviously the only kind of really good players were the ones forced out of the tournament. So great games from both of these players, and Naniwa just exhibiting his dominance in this PvZ matchup, really showing what the moves he's learned from Korea, and I think he's going to get scarier and scarier as time goes on. He's not planning on leaving Korea anytime soon. He lives in that MVP house that has some very strong players in it that he can practice with, and of course that Korean work ethic is really going to get to him as well. So thank you folks for watching. I have been Darnok. I will see you next time, and hopefully I can find something other to cast than old MLG and BlizzCon replays. I look every day for new replays, and unfortunately there really haven't been a whole lot lately, because a couple weeks ago there were like 6 tournaments over the course of 3 weeks, and then there was just nothing past that. So that's what all of us these days are casting from, unfortunately, and hopefully MLG Orlando will produce some sick replays for us to cast and bring to you folks on the internet. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to the StarCraft 2 show if you have not already. It's good stuff, and I will see you guys next time.